We're going to do a quick interview with the owner of Hey Girl Hey. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions so that the people will know who you are and where you came from and how you started Hey Girl Hey. So the first question is going to be, could you tell me who you are?
I am a 32-year-old woman, a single mother. I have been divorced for 4 years, in and out of relationships. I am a daycare provider, a friend, a sister, a cousin. I'm overall, I call myself a superwoman. I'm superwoman to my kids. I'm auntie to most, but most importantly, I'm just a single black girl, a single mother trying to make it out here in the world so that I don't have to depend on no man. In the spiritual, I'm very spiritual. I depend on God. I pray and I ask Him to lead, guide, and direct me all types of way in my journey. And I pray that He sends me people that is around me that will support me and love me for who I am and not what they think I'm becoming. Because a lot of people have different faces, and I didn't want to be that woman to have different faces. I really want to be peace. I really want to be happy in my journey. I really want people to get me as Hey Girl Hey. And so it's many layers to me. So it's just not one, it's so many.
Okay, so the second question I have for you is, can you tell me how Hey Girl Hey started?
Hey Girl Hey started maybe last year. Well, the year before that, 2 years I've been selling hair. We started, me and my sister-in-law came up one day and we were sitting there and I was like, she was saying about some hair and how we can make money on hair. And I was like, you know what, I spend $400 or $500 on hair, and sometimes it'd be good hair, sometimes it'd be bad hair, it'd just be up and down. And I'm just like, you know what, I want to start up my own brand for single mothers because I just got out of a relationship. I was going through a divorce. And in a divorce, we all feel like we're not pretty enough, or am I good enough? And at this time, I just wanted to be pretty. So I was spending $500 to $600 on wigs. I would go get my eyelashes done for $75. Like, it was just outrageous. Thank God that I had my own business where I could go ahead and provide that on me. But I started thinking, what if I'm single now? So I got where I had a man. He was great. He was a great provider, everything. Wouldn't take nothing back from him. But now that I'm single, what is something that I need to cut costs on? And when I looked at my budget and my calendar, I needed to cut costs on my hair because I spent so much money on buying wigs or frontals, and the quality was not even what it was supposed to be. So I went to my sister-in-law. She was doing my hair or whatever, and she was like, well, let's sell some let's sell some hair. I said, okay, I'm going to sell some hair. And so we called that brand Bad and Bougie. It was going off great. Bad and Bougie was going off really, really good until we got a bad batch of her. And I was like, oh no, this is some bad hair. So let's take off bad and just let bougie. And as we going on, I'm flipping. And we started off at $400, so I'm flipping. And we got all the way up to like $3,500 to like just in profit of hair. And so my sister-in-law decided to do her own thing, and we branched off. And then I was like, hey, I was at home. I'm like, man, what can I do? What else is there to do? So then I was like, I want to make bonnets. What can I do about making bonnets? So I started making bonnets, Sweet Dream bonnets. That's how I came up with Sweet Dream bonnets. I went and I was really excited. I remember sitting at my table because my ex-boyfriend at the time, he wanted my boyfriend at the time. He's like, man, what can we do to make some money? And so I was scrolling down. I was like, how about this? Let's do bonnets, because I already was selling hair. So that was Sweet Dream bonnet. That was the bougie brand. So I had to come up with another brand for me. And so I was like, okay, well, we went and we got all the stuff, and I started making bonnets. So I was like, hey, this is a great idea. So then I'm like, well, I want my daughter to be a part of it. So how about I make Marquis the CEO of Sweet Dream Bonnets, and we sit down in agreement and we give her a percentage of it, and it puts in her college fund, and she goes and, you know, after when she graduates, she gets to take that money and start whatever she wants to do. Man, that we did that jumped off great. So then I went to the flea market. I was like, okay, well, everybody was ordering and then I'm taking them to their house or whatever. I'm like, well, let me go get a spot at the flea market. So the people at the flea market, they came and they was like, hey, yeah, you can have this. You should sell wigs. I'm like, wigs? She's like, yeah, wigs is real big out here. I'm like, well, I already sell hair, you know, extensions, you know, I'm still at the Bad and Bougie brand, so how about, okay. So I got a couple of wigs, and that boom, went off. My bonnets, it went off real good. So then at this time, I'm like, okay, I got me something, my daughter got something, now what is my son gonna do? He loves glasses, he loves to look fly. I'm like, you know what, let me invest in you. So we did the same thing. I sat down, I got a contract for both of my kids, and I said, this is what we're going to do, because I'm trying to teach my kids about business, and I'm trying to teach my kids that you have to get out and you got to work for it no matter what. And so we sat down at the table, and I wrote out a little contract, and it says, hey, you're going to pay this amount of money on your inventory, you're going to put this amount of money in your bank account, and then you're going to pay me this amount of money for, you know, we'll do whatever I did, and then the rest you can't touch until, you know, you're 18 to build, you know, your future. So either you can take that money, you can pursue your college, or you can take that money and you can make your own business. But I mean, at this time, my kids are, MJ's 6 and my kid's probably 10. I said, okay. Well, they signed it. They was, hey, we're going to do it. We shot a commercial for MJ Eyewear. It's just like, it feels really good to be a single mother and it's still in business into my kids. And it's just like, if I can do that in my kids, I can do that in other people. If I can do that in other people, then somebody else needs to know my testimony and know exactly how it is and how don't give up, because, you know, you had a successful daycare, and you had a successful husband that he was a preacher, and he had a successful store, and you had all this great success. But how one day you wake up and you say, I'm miserable, I'm lost, I don't want to be this way, or I'm unhappy, or both of y'all unhappy because y'all been together since y'all were 18 years old with 2 kids. You know, that's really, really hard on me at that time, and it just was like, well, what is she going to do? What's she going to do now? Who's she going to be now? And it's just like, well, right, who am I going to be? What am I going to represent myself? How am I take this bad situation of divorce and defeat and make it to come out to me on top? And I just sat there and I was like, you know what? I'm going to market to single women. I'm going to market to single. I'm not going to put my product so high where I'll get rich. I'm not going to put it so low where you can just, you're going to think I'm beating you or it ain't good enough. I'm going to put it on the right board, and I prayed and I asked God, what should I do? And in the midst, God, you know, came up and he told me in my prayer, and when I got on my floor and did whatever, he came up, he said, this is what you're going to do. This is the number you're going to put out there for your hair. This is the number you're going to put out there for your bonnet. This is the number you're going to put out there for your kids. And ever since then, I've been very successful with that. So we started our first store. It was just a little square spot. I moved 3 times in the flea market. It was still Sweet Dream Bonnets. And every spot I had, they said, you know, the people, you ain't gonna stay here long enough because people didn't make no money because, you know, this is a bad spot. And every spot that I made, God tripled my money each time that I moved. And so it was really hard for me to let the flea market go as well. But we'll get to that later. And so I kept moving to spots, and and it was just like, now the people was like, I want to, do you do eyelashes? You do eyelashes? I'm like, no, but if you want me to, I can, you know, try them on you. Go buy yours for free. And that's how I started. I said, go get your eyelashes, and I put them on for free. They were coming left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right. And then eventually I kept practicing. And then I asked God to give me the ability to do lashes. I'm like, man, God, and I got down because I started messing them up. But then I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep doing it. And then God made my own unique of a lashes, of building a lash, or making a lash go from here to here, where everybody lashes was just straight. So I'm just like, man, God, like, you're really awesome. And so I started, okay, now I'm practicing. I'm doing it for free. The next week I come back, okay, you got to pay me $5. You got to get your lashes, plus you got to give me $5. And then the next time, okay, I'm raising up to 10. And then I went up to 15. And then I got really good where I said, okay, now this is 25. And so it's just like, God, everything that I asked that I wanted, he gave it to me. And so I just closed the flea market 2 weeks ago, but in the midst of that, not even a year that we was in a flea market, me and my cousin Cassandra, we sat down because she takes care of my books and she takes care of my money, and I'm like, okay, let's make a vision board. And then on this vision board, I wrote out a store, and it's a little paper, the square paper, and I put where I want the bar here, and I want the wigs here, and the lashes, and the bonnets, and MJ eyewear, and I put it on my vision board. And when I put it on my vision board, I sat it on the wall and I walked away from it. Well, I believe my cousin Calvin came. He's like, I got this store over here. I got this little building. Won't you come on in and help and invest with me? And I'm like, all right, let me see what you working with. And he was like, I would never forget, we went in the dark, and I'm like, and I'm looking through the window, I'm like, man, I want this spot, but Calvin, you got to put in my name. And he was like, nah, I can't do that. I can't put it in your name, but you can pay it. I'm like, no, let me pray on it. So when I went home or whatever, and the Spirit was like, no, just wait your turn. And I was like, okay. And then so I drove back around where Calvin's spot was, because I was really happy. And I was telling my boyfriend at the time, like, man, I want this store. Like, I know I could do it. I really want it. Like, and he like, you just now in the flea market. You need to wait your turn. And I'm just like, you don't know the plans that God has for me. He already told me that I can do it. And so he was like, okay, what, you got your daycare, you need to get your daycare together, you need to do this, you need to move your daycare, you need to do all this other stuff, because he was just saying about daycare, and I'm like, no, I want to start Hey Girl Hey. He like, what? I'm like, how you say, hey girl, hey, come over here. He was like, okay, that sound catchy. And I'm like, yeah, Hey Girl Hey. And that's how it became Hey Girl Hey. And I was like, if somebody walking down by the flea market, like, hey girl, come here. You talking to me? Yeah, girl, I'm talking to you. Come here. Hey, I got this little thing to show you. You don't know how much you really say, hey, girl, hey. And so that's where Hey Girl Hey became. And then so a couple more days later, I went through the shopping center where my cousin's store was, and it was 3 buildings. One by Family Dollar, 2 of them by Family Dollar, and then one was a daycare build out. So we called, the man was like, okay, I'm going to show you. The first thing on my mind was, okay, this is a daycare, so of course I have a daycare. Maybe I need to do a center. Now maybe I need to go ahead and do this center and bring it over here. And my boyfriend's like, yeah, go ahead and do it. That's what you need to do. You don't need to focus on Hey Girl Hey. You already got the store. And I'm like, I don't know. So then when I went in, so we got the key or whatever, I put the money down on the deposit or whatever. I started knocking down the walls. He like, so you gonna do a store? I'm like, yeah. He like, well, it's already a daycare in here, and you got a daycare. You just need to transfer, your daycare over here. I'm like, that ain't what God told me. So we started knocking out the walls. We started painting. We started doing everything else. I mean, it was like I was putting my sign on the window, and it was at a screeching halt, like stopped, because DHS was at my door trying to get all my records. At the time, my sister was there, and some stuff happened with that or whatever. So I had to put Hey Girl Hey on the hold for a whole year and a half. And so I'm paying on this building. Like, I already know that God told me that he's going to give me Hey Girl Hey. We're going to be a store. I'm going to be your brand. But yet, man, I'm battling this other stuff with my bread and butter, which is my daycare, Notes and Hands. And so, I'm paying my bills, and everybody's like, you're crazy. Why are you still paying on that store? You might as well just give up on it. It ain't going to be. And so I'm still fixing. The store is fixed. It's all it needed to do was lights. And all it needed to do was me coming in there. But I couldn't balance out owning a daycare and owning a store at the same time. And so I was like, you know what? the year anniversary that I had the store in July, I said, no matter what it's going to be, I'm going to open it up. I'm going to open up Hey Girl Hey, and I'm going to juggle it. And even though they doubted me, and even though they proved me wrong, and I feel defeated, I'm going to open it up no matter what. And so he was looking at me like I was crazy, and he was like, you know what, you put so much money, you just throw his money away just because you want somebody to say, oh, look at her, or oh. And I was like, no, that ain't it. I'm like, I'm doing this for the little girl that thinks that, you know, she just got out of, she has 2 kids, and her marriage didn't work out. She felt defeated. The enemy came and just turned her life all the way around. I'm doing it for that single woman that didn't have no help. I'm doing it for the single person that, you know, like feel like I'm not good enough, or that a man tore me down, or even I got bullied on social media. Like, I'm doing it for them. So no, you thinking I'm doing it because you can't understand how God placed all this inside this little old woman, and that you're suppressing me. And so you're suppressing me, and you're not helping me. And at this time, I'm going back and forth. Like, if you would help me, I become, you know, I will be much more bigger than what I am. But it feels like I'm fighting this battle by myself. And so at this time, you know, I was like, okay, whatever. I'm still paying on it. And so my little cousin Jessica, she was like, if you never start, if you never go out and do what God told you to do, then it's never going to be. This is the time. And she was on me. She was on me hard, on me really hard. And I'm just like, all right, man. I'm like, I'm gonna open it in July. I'm gonna open up in August. I'm gonna open up in whatever. And then I said, you know what, July 1st, I was in here. I got the lights on, you know, and I've been open ever since. And it's just like, it's a really blessing for me and to me, because it's like God told me, yeah, it was a delay, but I came when you're supposed to. In due time, I came. And if you would have listened to all the doubt, if you would listen to all the fear that you had, if you listened to all the naysayers that was trying to stop you or put a cap on you, then you would know what great and how, you know, the struggle is. Because everything comes with a struggle. And it's just like, yeah, it feels uncomfortable, and yeah, it's scary because you don't know what your next meal is, or you don't know if you're gambling out on your whole life savings, you know, on this building, or, you know what I'm saying, you don't know. But if you step out on faith with God, then he's in control. And it's just like, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove you from this man, and I'm going to remove you from your naysayers, and I'm going to remove you from all this other stuff. And once he did that, it's like a 7-Up or a pop, where you take a top and you shake it up and it just goes everywhere. And that's how I felt. Like, it felt so good because all of that just was ran over. And it says in due time, see, you didn't give up, so this is your reward. I still struggle with Hey Girl Hey. My kids have sleepless nights. Sometimes I miss my daughter's basketball game, my son's carnivals, or, you know, but it's just like, I'm doing it for you. It's just me. It's only me. And so I'm doing it because I don't want my daughter to fall in the same generational curse as me, as divorce, or me as in have to depend on a man, or my son to feel like he can't have a powerful black woman on his side because his mama was and she never stopped, or he felt intimidated by a powerful black woman because she has the drive in her and she never gave up. So I look at my 2 kids and I say, you know what? I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for you. This is what it's going to be. This is how it's going to be. We're going to have some sleepless nights. We're going to have some broke nights. I remember the time when I paid all my bills in Hey Girl Hey, and we didn't have no water in our house. We didn't have no gas in our house. And it just was like, I got on the floor and I said, God, I need you. And I said, God, I need you. I need you right now. I need you in the midst of this storm. And so I went to my prayer closet like I always do. And ever since then, you know, nothing's been cut off. He makes it just enough for me and my kids to make it by. Even if I come even that month, it just be enough. And so it's just like, are you sometimes defeat and doubt come in your mind and say, am I doing this? Am I doing this for the right reason? Am I doing it just for them to praise me, or am I doing this because this is what God want me to be? And it was like so many women well, my inbox or come up to me, say, hey girl, hey, and talk to me like you don't know how much you do for me, or you don't know how much you encourage me, or just looking at you, how do you do it? How do you never give up? And I was like, baby, I had some sleepless nights, some broken nights, some crying nights, some nights that I don't get home until 1 or 2 in the morning, or I miss my daughter's games, or, so it's like anything that you have to sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? So if I don't want to punch a clock in, and I want to go out there and I want to be an entrepreneur and I want to be the best that I can be, it's easy for me. I can go out there and find the man that I want that has all the money. But what so sense of that's going to do for me? That you have the money, you can up and leave me, and all of that is gone. You know what I'm saying? I had the husband, I had the house, I had the cars, I had the kids, I had the career, I had all of that. So now I want to strip all that away from me. I want you to strip that away from me. I want to be about me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to define like, oh yeah, that's Kia, she's married, her husband. No, I want to define me. I want to stand up on my own 2 feet. I want to be, who God created me to be. And if he created me to be a wife, which he has, then, that's what I'm going to be. But at this time, I wanted me. I wanted to be free. And I don't want it to be free because I was thinking about people looking at me any type of way, or thinking that this big impression of who I'm supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was unhappy. I was miserable. I was trying to be something that I'm not. It's just like, you're not, that's not who you is. Okay? So strip that away. You know what I'm saying? Strip it away. Now you're going to be who I called you to be, daughter. And that's that's how God talks to me. You're going to be how I called you to be. And this is who you is. And you're going to lose a couple of people. And you're going to lose this. And you're going to lose that. And you're going to lose this great husband that you have that's on the pulpit. You know what I'm saying? You're going to lose all of that. You're going to lose all of that. But it's how, when the people want to see how you came up out of that. And when you come out of that, glorify my name. And I say it's been times I wanted to kill myself. Twice. The first time I went to kill myself is when Marcus left me when my kid was 3. And I was like, when am I going to, I'm driving down, going to my grandmother's house on Broadway Extension. They have this bridge. And I'm like, what am I going to do now? And I'm crying out to God like I always do. And I'm crying. I've been doing that since I was a little girl. And they're just like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And then as I'm drifting off to the side of the road, I look back and hear this little voice say, you quit that crying. You quit that crying, mama. We'll be okay. We be okay. And then my phone rings. I'm like, okay. And so I drift back onto the highway. And it's my grandmother. And she says, Kikia? I say, yes. She said, you get here right now. I'm like, yes ma'am, I'm on my way. And she was like, you crying? I was like, yeah. She was like, you'll be okay. Same words that my daughter said to me. Same words that my grandmother said. You quit that crying. We'll be okay. You get here. You get around some people that love you. You get here. I just heard what's going on, and I heard you, and you need me. And so I remember laying on my grandmother's bed and crying my eyes out and crying. And my grandmother told me, when you get from up here from this bed, you don't cry no more. You're strong. You're strong like me. You're my Kikia. And those words play in my head every time I go through something. Like, I'm strong. I'm her Kikia. My grandmother is one powerful woman. She's one spiritual woman. She's a little old. And if everybody that know her, love her, everybody's her grandkids, everybody is just, she doesn't meet a stranger. Everybody loves her. And this little old woman got so much hurt. And I look at myself and I says, well, you know what, God? Before my grandma leaves this earth, I want to make it. And I want to make it because I want my grandmother to be happy. And I want her not to worry about a bill or to do whatever the desire of her heart. And so the second time was maybe 4 years ago. So I got up. In that situation, everything worked itself out. It was Mother's Day. And I was crying out to God again. And I was like, I can't do this no more, God. I can't do this no more. I need you. You know, I need you. And I had a bottle of pills in my hand in my $150,000 house. Plush white carpet, nice. Granite everywhere, wood everywhere. Nice house, Cadillac outside, the Expedition outside. We had about 4 or 5 cars outside. And I said, God, I told you that you brought me and Marcus back together, that I would serve you and I won't leave him. I won't leave him, and I'm going to give him all of me. Because the first time we were young, I didn't give him all of me. This time we got married again, and it just didn't work. And so I was crying on the bed in my $150,000 house, nice house, knew everything. When we moved in this house, he made sure I had a new bedroom, new fun room, new TVs, like knew everything. He gave me the world. He that's all he wanted to was give me the world, but he was unhappy as well. And so I was crying, and I remember him opening up his store, and I remember telling him, F your store. They ain't doing nothing anyways. You need to close it down, or something of that extent, where I really, tore a man's pride. And so the next day, let me back up. So then we got into an argument or whatever, and then I was crying on Mother's Day. I said, I'm tired, I'm miserable, but Lord, I praise to you, and I told you that if you give my husband back, I'm going to do all I can be, and I'm never going to leave him. And so, since I'm not going to leave him, I'm just going to take my life. Same age my daughter was, and she held me, was the same age my son was. And so as I open up the bottles and I'm crying out, he walks in there and he runs. And if everybody know, MJ used to have a little ponytail on his head because he used to have long hair. And he runs and he says, you quit that crying. You quit that crying. We'll be okay. And he lays his head down. And that's the same thing that my daughter said when I wanted to take our lives in. And so I knew at that time that there was nothing but God. God, it was the only person that helped, told me, sent him in there to the same thing that my grandmother said and the same thing that my daughter said. Now he's using my little son. So I got up and I quit crying. The next day, Marcus sent me a 10-page letter of how he didn't want to be with me and how, this wasn't going to work, and how he leaving me everything. He left me everything. He left me everything. And he, just felt like I didn't support him. And so he went on his journey. I went on my way. And we still trying to make the best of our kids, with our kids, for our kids, and so we co-parent together. It didn't work out. That ain't the plans that God had for me, but that's just what I had to go through. I had to go through the storms, and I had to go through the rain, and I had to go through disappointments, and I had to go through humiliations, and I had to go through the struggle, and I had to go through all this just to get up and say, I know what you're going through, baby girl. I've been her. I've been that single woman. I've been that woman that has a husband. I've been that sister that had to, pick and choose which battles to fight or to pull. I've been her. And so I think that if I never was that woman, I couldn't testify or tell somebody I've been her. I've been her that was broken. I've been her that was used and abused. I've been her that didn't have anything. I've been that single mother. I've been that single business owner. I've been her. So if you can reach out to somebody, you want to reach out to somebody that's been there before, not somebody that can assume or tell you what you think you should do because they haven't been there. No, this is what I've been through, and this is how I can overcome anything that God has for me, any hills that He has for me. It's in His Word, and it tells you how to get over it and how to overcome it. So let me tell you this, baby girl. No, the enemy wants you to take out your life. The enemy wants to use and abuse you. The enemy wants to take you out of here because God has so much for you. And so when the enemy couldn't do that, you know what I'm saying, then he brings defeat, then he brings doubt, then he brings other manipulation, and then somebody, you'll tell somebody something and they bring it back. Well, you want to kill yourself, so you might as well go do it, or you weak, or you this. You know, people use everything to your advantage, where you be like, I don't want to open up no more. I'm good. They hurt you. No, I'm good. You take that over here. Yeah, I hear you. You know, so, I mean, I've been through a lot. I'm still going through a lot. But with his grace and his sufficient, I'm still standing. I'm remaining focused. Hey girl, hey is just the beginning. I'm telling myself, I manifested I'm going to have a hey girl, hey on every block, on every side of town, just like a liquor store, a chain of them. I'm going to build me one brick by brick, one faith by faith, one tier by tier, a chain of hey girl hays, because everybody wants the man with the bag. You don't ever see a woman with the bag. I'm going to be the woman with the bag. So I can pick and choose who I want to be with. I can pick and choose if I want to spend my time with you. I can pick and choose, not because you have money, because I have money too. Now I want you because you're adding to me. I want you because that's who, you know, you building me up and I'm building you up. I want you because that's just what I want. Not because, oh, I have to be with you because you have the money, you have the credit, you have this and you have that. No. Who I want to be with, who I'm going to settle down with, is somebody that God really wants me to want to see me win. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so independent and I'm so hard that some guys are intimidated by it. And when you meet a guy, they be like, oh yeah, I can handle that, but can you really handle a busy woman? Can you really handle a woman that's on her stuff, that's not going to ask you for help, but she does need it? But it's up to you to step up to say, okay, I got you. You don't have to be strong with, you don't have to be all, you know, like that. You know what I'm saying? You could be soft and you could be who God created you to be, a woman. You know what I'm saying? Stay in your place. And so I'd be like, man, God, you know, what do you call me for? You know, who is hey girl, hey? You ask. So that's her.
Okay, thank you, Kia. So for the next question I have for you, can you tell me about your team, who supports you, who stands behind Hey Girl Hey?
Yes. I believe it's been a month ago. I got on Snapchat and I was like, man, God, I need a team. Because I had a person in here, I had 2 women in here, and they went on to better and great things. And at the time, my friends was coming, and I'm like, okay, girls, y'all gonna have to give me motivation because I want to close this down right now. Like, I'm over it, I'm done, whatever, you know. And in the midst, I have one of my friends, Tijuana. She was like, she always tell me if I'm doing something wrong, like, I'm gonna pray for you. You know, that's not like God. That's not what God is gonna do. And I'd be like, girl, I don't want to hear that right now. You know, I don't want to hear that right now. And she would come every Friday, and I'd be like, okay. She would sit there, do my lashes, or do this, or we'll just hang and we'll laugh. And every Friday, this is something that we do. And it got to the point where I was calling her like, hey, where you at? Like, I'm up here. Where you at? And so some stuff happened, and then she was like, well, I'm praying for you, and God, you know, told me something different, so this is who you want to be. And so it started from her coming one Friday, then she started coming Monday, and then Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and then Thursday, and then here come Friday again. So when she admits, I'll call her like, girl, where you at? Like, why you ain't up here? And then I was joking. I was like, girl, you know what? You're going to be my store manager. Because when people came in here, you know, she would help them, and I would still be doing what I needed to do. And she was like, okay. And so one day I was on Snap. I was like, man, God, or Facebook or something I don't remember. I was like, I need a team. And as soon as when I put I need a team on there, the next day she came with a team. She came with my friend Ramika, which Ramika was already, Ramika, I'm trying to think. Ramika came a little bit, but she didn't come that much. And so when I said I needed a team, and then the next day Ramika came, so I was looking like, okay, God, is this my team? And so it was me, Ramika, and Tijuana. And so then we started doing stuff, and then we started, playing out, and they let me play in their hair. I'm like, Ramika, let me do your sew-in. Never did a sew-in before. I'm like, let me do your sew-in. I did my kids. That turned out good. She's like, okay. And I got on her head. I said, forget it. I don't want to do this. I can't. I ain't got the patience, for it. And then the next time, I was like, you know what? I owe you one, Ramika. Sit on down. Let me do your sew-in. And so I did the best sewing I could ever do, honey. It wasn't going nowhere. It was just like the bomb. And so that's how Ramika came on the team. And I'm like, okay, Ramika, well, what you gonna do on her? Okay, we know Miss Washington, because I call her Miss Washington. We know Miss Washington is my store manager. So when people come in here, I'm like, store manager, handle that. And so I'm like, it's gonna be one day where I can be able to pay y'all. I'm not worried about no money, girl. I'm just here just because I'm supporting you. And so when I prayed and I asked God for a team that want to see me win. They want to be behind me. That doesn't want any money, doesn't want any glorified. They're just happy that I'm winning in life. And they're happy to be a part of something that, is going to be really big at the time. And it's like, man, if you build with me when I'm small, when I get big, like I'm telling you, it's you're never going to want for anything. And most people that came in out of my life, they couldn't wait. They couldn't wait. They couldn't take the time. They thought it's going to be like a right now. It was like, okay, I'm here for a couple of weeks, but now when I see the money ain't coming through or whatever's going to do, I'm done. I'm going the other way. And so I was so tired of that. I was so tired of the revolving door. I was so tired of the revolving door. So when I went and asked God, for a team, and he was like, I gave you it. And I was like, this is my team? I gave you your team. These are women that wants to be behind you. These are women that wants to support you. These are women that is not asking you for anything. These are women that you call already when you're going through stuff. You called when you just had your last breakup. You called when you had your divorce. You called when you needed something. You called when you needed prayer. This is who I want you to build with. This is who I want you to deal with. This is who I want you to break your bread with. This is who I want you to, take underneath your wing and show them the ropes and let them know that they can do it too. And I'm like, okay. And we've been rocking ever since. It's been hard. And so it goes from no money to some money to some money to great money. So it's like a step in stone. Like, okay, I remember you when I didn't have anything. I remember you when you came in here and you swept a floor. Or you came in here, you sold a bundle. Or you came in here, whatever, encouraged me. I remember you when I didn't have nothing. So when I do have it, whenever God decides to bless me, because I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be a millionaire in His name, and I'm going to glorify Him. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to glorify what He told me. And if He told me that I'm going to be successful, He told me that I'm going to be a millionaire, He told me in due time, it's going to happen. But I got to do my part. And then doing my part is weeding some people out. And doing my part is going through some things and building some things. But He can't make me a millionaire if this person with me and they sucking the life out of me. I can't be a millionaire if I'm just simply suppressed and depressed over here. So I'm going to give you a team, and I'm going to give you these girls, and they're going to breathe life into you. They're going to breathe life into you. They're going to breathe life into your shop. They're going to change the atmosphere. And if you ever know God, it says, change the atmosphere. That's a true statement. Because your atmosphere could be chaos and your atmosphere could be negative. But once you put positive people, praying people in there, it's going to change your atmosphere. It's going to be like you never want to leave. It's going to be like a family. And it just was like, okay, God, you gave me my team. And so then Ramika came. So I said, well, what I'm going to do? What can you do? Like, what? Because I'm really crazy. My attitude is sometimes up and down. I'm like, they say, girl, you bipolar. Like, no, I just, I'm so used to being by myself, or I'm so used to people getting over on me, or I'm so used to people, like, trying to be my friend and then talk about me behind my back, or, just coming over here just to see what I got going on, or just to be like, okay, I'm only here just to talk about it, but I'm going to take it back to Susie, whatever you all had. You know what I'm saying? So my bar was up. So I'm just like, no, I don't know. I'm really standoffish. Like, I don't know, because I'm not trying to get hurt again. I can't take another heartbreak. I can't take another loss. I can't take none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. I'm done. I'm out. You're going to count me out if that happens. And God told me on my prayer closet, He said, that ain't what this is. He said, I'm doing this. He said, trust me. I'm doing something. I'm building something. I'm going to show you that these women is for you. I said, okay. These women is for me, God. And so when you come into Hey Girl Hey, the first thing you're gonna see is Miss Washington. Hey girl, hey, how can we help you? And then the next voice you're gonna hear be Romika. Okay, what size do you need that for? And then the next voice you're gonna hear with me. Okay, you need some lashes. Let's get that done. And that's my team. And then the last person we put on the team, and I'm still building my team. I'm still building my empire. If you do nails, if you do hair, I have a spot for nails that's coming up real soon. I have 2 booths of rib for hair. I'm still building, and I'm still, being there for greatness. So now I was like, okay, so I got Miss Washington, I got Romika. So Romika started, I started doing her hair, and then I started practicing little stuff on her. I say, well, you know what, Romika, I'm going to order some lights, I'm going to order backdrops, I'm going to order all this stuff. I want you to put these clothes on. She's like, huh? I'm like, I'm going to do a plus size, I'm going to do a plus size line. And so I want you to be my plus size model. She was like, okay. So all my stuff came in, and I had these little outfits on the rack, and I'm like, go put that on. And she never complained, no matter if it was 2-piece, 1-piece, low piece, whatever, high piece, whatever piece it was, she put that on and she rocked it, killed it. We was up here one Friday night, I believe, or Saturday. It was a Saturday, and I was like, I did her hair, I did her makeup, and she did it, killed it right off the top. And I'm like, man, God, you said you was gonna give me a team, like. I'm just like, everything that I asked you for, you given to me. Everything I said is gonna be, you given to me. Like, I'm grateful. Like, I'm lucky. I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed because I know what's about to happen. I'm blessed because I know what God said He's gonna do for me. The last person that was on the team is Bree. Bree came, and I'm just like, oh Lord. I'm so used to for it to be me and Romika and Miss Washington, where now we gotta put on this other person. I'm just like, Lord, what is she gonna do in the store? And she was like, I'm just gonna market for you. I'm gonna market. She made her own spot on the team. I'm gonna be marketing for you. I'm gonna be walking advertisement for you. This is who I'm gonna be. That I'm gonna be a promoter for Hey Girl Hey. And at that moment, I'm like, well, thank you, God, because I wasn't looking for a promoter or marketing or anything else, but okay, I need it. So this is what you're building it. You're building it in every aspect of my life. You're building it. You're building character. You're building, peace. You're building. You grounding me. You humbling me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you humble me. You're taking me to a next level, but I'm humble. Because if you would have did this to me last year, I would have been popping on there and saying, oh, hey, girl, hey. Just extra. Just too much. But God humbles me. And He brings me down, and He levels me. And these ladies level me. I'm saying, and I keep saying, Lord, bring people here that's going to level me, that's going to build to me, that's going to add to me and not take from me. It's like, yeah, I have it right now, but what you going to do in the future? You know what I'm saying? Build yourself up for the future. Build yourself up that your kids are looking at you, or your son is looking at you, or you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Build yourself up to set yourself up for greatness, not failure. And so some people was like, you know what? I don't know why you're doing it. I know why I'm doing it, but this is my journey. I don't know why she thinks she this and she thinks she that. No, I'm just a simple country girl. I'm a simple country girl with a simple dream that wants to just be the best that I can be for my daughter and my son. I want to be for that woman that lost hope out of all through her divorce. That little girl that thinks that the people called her ugly or fat or put less confidence in her. You know what I'm saying? I want to be that voice of reasoning or that voice to encourage you to keep up. It don't matter how many times you fall. How many times do you get up? How many times do you push forward? How many times do you never, ever quit? Because if you don't quit, if you have to quit 7 times, maybe on the 8th time, you will win. So you have to continue to keep doing it. And just because it's delayed, it doesn't mean it's not coming. It doesn't mean that God is not about to do what He said He's going to do, what He promised. We want a right now. He's not a right now God. He's not a right now God at all. He's a God of faith. He's a God of principle. And He's a God of on time God. He wants you to sit there, and he wants you to be humble before he blesses you. And he wants you to be grounded, because if he gave it to me all at once, I would never give him the glory. You know what I'm saying? I would be giving everybody else the glory, everybody else the shout out. But before, first and foremost in my life, it's God. God is on my side. When I wake up in the morning, thank you, God. When I go to sleep in the night, I thank you, God. Bless my kids. Bless whoever. Bless my enemies so they won't be my enemies no more. Bless them so that they can actually go ahead and build on their own. And they can't look at my plate because they so focused on theirs. You know what I'm saying? Bless that so that I won't have not one person talk ill will about me. Bless that if they ever do talk, okay, what did she do to you? You know what I'm saying? What did she do? Why do you feel that way? Well, that's a personal reason. So bless you, honey. I'm going to pray for you. You know what I'm saying? I wake up every day and I say, I want to be the best I can be. I don't want to get over on nobody. I don't want to mistreat anybody. I don't want nobody mistreating me. You know, I want to be happy. You know what I'm saying? That means that I got to lose a couple of people. That means I got to lose some stuff. Then that's what exactly I'm going to do. Because nobody's going to want to disturb my peace anymore. Where I'm at right now, I'm at peace. Where I'm at right now, I'm happy. Where I'm at right now, I don't have nothing to worry about. And the little small things, I give it over to God, and I get up and I push on. You know what I'm saying? So I have so much more to give, and I have so much more to do, that since I'm loved right. You know what I'm saying? Like when you love right, and you surround yourself with people that really love you and want to see you win, you do the best you can, because you like, okay, I gotta go hard for them. So when you see Hey Girl Hey commercials, it ain't because I just want to do it. It's because I'm going hard for the people that's rooting for me, or I'm going hard for the people that, you know, doubted me. And it ain't even about that. It's just I'm going hard because that's what God created me to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hustler. I'm a provider. I'm a mother. I'm in survival mode. You know what I'm saying? If I don't get up, I don't eat. If a man don't work, he doesn't eat. Nothing's given to you. You have to work for every single thing that you have. And that's exactly what I'm teaching my daughter about and my son about, you know what I'm saying, and my friends and my families. If that's what you want to do, you want to work, you want to be on this team, I got you. I want to provide grants for little black girls that lost their self-esteem or their happiness or lost their self in a man. That's what I want to do. So, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be a part of this team, you can always call me at 405-593-9756 or come by the shop at 3009 Southeast 44th and Bryant and join the wave. It's always a wave. It's always a movement. You have to join it. You have to be about it. You have to believe it. It's in my gut. It's in my heart. When I wake up, I breathe Hey Girl Hey. When I go to sleep, I breathe Hey Girl Hey. When I'm in the car, I'm breathing Hey Girl Hey. It's just like I'm building me. And building me is Hey Girl Hey. It's not no partner. It's not no nothing. It's me. I build that off of me. And just me being who God wants me to be. And that's all I can. I can be, okay, so what, you don't like me? Okay. So what, you think you have to do all the wrong things? Okay. Well, this is what God created for me to be. And that's who I'm going to be. No matter if you like me or not. So hopefully you like this interview. We have so much more. The next story I'm going to do is Miss Washington's, and then I'm going to pull out every girl. If that's you and you want to come out and do your story and your encouragement to put on my YouTube channel, go ahead. I mean, come out. Set up is nothing. I'm not going to charge you. I just want many girls to, you know, to come and tell their story and tell how they survive, so we can help other people, so that we don't have to laugh at one another. Pain, you know what I'm saying? This is therapeutic to get on here and talk about my journey and how God provided for me. You know what I'm saying? So that the next person don't make the same mistake as I did. So if that's you, and you want to go ahead and do it, come on down to 3009 Southeast 44th and Bryant. We do have these Black Girl Magic shirts. Like, you're black, you're beautiful, you're bold, you're true to yourself. That's who you are. That's who you God created to be. You can't change your color. You can't change. The only thing you can change your circumstances and the outcome over your life. That's the only thing you can change. Hey, girl, hey.
tracks today.